Can you make the one? Here, somewhere here, around here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Hello guys, my name is Washirage Konyo and welcome to my YouTube channel. We are in Kangemi, Nyeri at Faiyol Academy. Now, maybe some of you have not heard of this school, but guess what? This is one of the schools that has embraced modern classroom learning. Walk with me as we interview Mr. Isaac, who is the director of this school. Is going to tell us more about the module. You should learn about how kids here are being taught very unique things, how to use money. They even go to swim into one of the best hotels in Nyeri County. And I hope, guys, that you're going to work with me as we listen to his big dream into transforming this school to become one of the best schools in the country. Karibu, guys. So guys, as I had mentioned before, we are at Faiyol Academy and we are with the director, Mr. Isaac, who has the best plans to start transforming Faiyol Academy to be one of the best modern schools in Nyeri County and even in the whole country. So help me welcome Mr. Isaac. Karibu sana, sir.
Thank you.
Yes. So tell us who you are. Tell the audience who you are and what you do.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me. My name is Isaac Moredi. I'm the director, assisted by Anne, my wife.
Okay.
And we have a big dream for the school. We are going to be the best school in the county in the next 3-4 years. By the virtue that what we are implementing is unique.
Okay.
And we'll talk more about it.
Okay. So Faiyol Academy, maybe you can tell us the secret behind the name. Maybe people would want to know what Faiyol Academy, what's the name, what's behind Faiyol Academy, that name.
Yeah, that's a good question, and I am going to tell you that the secret remains secret because the secret remains with the one who gave me the name, who is my co-director Anne.
Okay.
And she just told me very many years ago, like 12 years ago, that we are the business we are going to be running will be Faiyol, and here we are.
So
I never asked her what Faiyol means.
Okay.
So probably the next interview we are with her, she will tell us about the meaning of Faiyol.
Oh, okay. Okay, so what was the motivation? What drove you to opening school? Okay, I know the idea came with Madam, and maybe you can tell us what motivated you to start a modern classroom school.
Now, this is a very good question, and I can tell you that this spans like 3 years ago. We had COVID. Nobody was expecting it, and the children were sent home. And when they came home, my daughter who was then in class 7 and my son who was then in class 2 I had to fight for them something to do while at home. So I'm someone who loves technology, and therefore I have a home office.
Yes.
So I got them a laptop each, and I started giving them some work. And I saw huge transformation in the way that these children were learning. I just assigned them some work that is prepared upfront, in form of a video, in form of quizzes, and I saw a huge improvement, particularly with my daughter, who was little struggling with maths and mostly maths. I saw her having a huge leap, and then I actually said, probably even when COVID ends, we can continue learning like this.
Okay.
So when COVID came, we had already decided that we are not going back to school.
Okay.
And you know what happened? We formalized that we are now homeschooling, and from that time, the entirety of year 2021, the 2 kids plus now the young one who was now joining the kindergarten were homeschooling. And I just got them tablets for the one who never had tablet. That is the young one. And now we started developing some work now, because we wanted to teach them the Kenyan system, not the international curriculum. We started now developing. I hired teachers to start now developing content and please putting them in the tablets or in the digital system, so that the kids who are on their own can learn.
Yes.
That is when we now formalized our slogan of learning at your own pace.
Yeah.
Because sometimes we have kids who are moving very fast in terms of covering the content, and sometimes others are a little slower, so you don't want to disadvantage the first ones.
Yes.
And neither do you want to discriminate kind of the slower ones.
Yeah.
So we developed the content, and we figured out that wow, this can even become a school. So along the way in the year 2021, we felt like, particularly now with the CBC, you cannot have a kid learning at home when they're going to be assessed at grade 3, at grade 4, and you know the way CBC assesses the student.
Yes.
So they need to be assessed every year, all the way up to grade 6. And therefore, in the consultation with the ministry officials or Ministry of Education, they advised me that doing homeschooling is not the best, particularly now with the CBC.
Yeah.
And therefore, that the idea of doing a school now said, we figured out that if these kids are doing so well at home, and we are just developing the content, what if now we do it now for the masses? We do it as a school where every kid will be using a laptop or a tablet, and the teacher teaches normally, but along the way the kids are assessed using the tablets, and that was the beginning of the Faiyol Academy.
Okay, all right. So I have mentioned a little bit about the structure of a modern classroom. Probably there's something else maybe you'd like to show, maybe using maybe the co-curricular activities, because a classroom is just not only the inside, it involves even the extracurricular activities. So maybe you can tell people more about the modern classroom structure.
Yeah, thank you very much. And I know I have talked about the modern classroom. To start with, I can tell you that I have done 2 certifications.
Okay.
First and foremost, I have been certified as a successful implementer of modern classroom. And the second one, which I got recently, as late as February, is I'm a distinguished modern classroom educator. That means internationally I am recognized for implementing the modern classroom. And I would like to tell you about the modern classroom.
Okay.
Modern classroom is based on 3 tenets: blended instruction, self-paced learning, and mastery-based assessment. So I tell you about blended. Blended means that the teacher prepares videos of the content that they wish to teach in a normal classroom, and they are put in a learning management system, like the way we are saying that the kids are going to be using the tablets.
Yes.
So that when the kids can go to class, they have the option. They are going to listen to the teacher first. The teacher will introduce the same concept in class. But for those who for one reason or another might have missed the class, or they might have been sleepy, they may have been dozing, they have the option of replaying the video that the teacher already pre-recorded.
Okay.
That is the concept of blended.
Blended.
Now, self-paced means that every learner learns at their own pace. So in my school, you find kids they are at the same level, on the same grade, but along the term, maybe like now we are in February, some kids who are not as fast may be like 5 lessons behind those who are fast.
Yes.
And therefore, what means is that every learner is not assessed on completion, but is assessed on understanding the concept that they should or the teacher expected them to understand. So that is the concept of self-paced learning.
Okay.
Now the other one is like now our novel called mastery-based grading or mastery-based progression. So you do not progress to the next concept until the teacher is satisfied that what was expected you have mastered. So it is called mastery-based progression.
Okay.
So that is why I said modern classroom is an internationally recognized model that employs the 3 tenets. Blended instruction, videos are pre-recorded and kids can watch them at their own pace.
Okay.
Learners are now progressing at their own pace, and it is based on mastery, not just on doing some work and then teacher says move the next one.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's very different from the 844 where we see that most students do the cramming method. It's just all about exams. So this is basically about the kid understanding, learning at their own pace. Yeah, okay. So maybe tell us about the extracurricular activities.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, probably this is now the question that you had asked earlier. And now I will tell you that by the virtue that kids are learning at their own pace and they are using the devices, you'll find that most of the times kids will have plenty of time. For instance, let me tell you, a kid has 10 questions in their tablet that they need to answer. So they will check question 1 done, question 2 done, 3 done. Once they have finished, then the teacher normally requires them to write probably half of them so that they copy it on the book as evidence of having mastered the concept. And those kids who have, say, finished that fast, they do not just stay idle. The teacher will give them some extra work. But now going out to the extracurricular activities, in Faiyol Academy, we are very particular with the fun. In fact, what you see is that our school, the kids dress on tracksuits 4 days a week.
Yeah.
Because we value play more than work.
Okay.
Because we feel that anytime someone has done their work, they should not be restricted to just waiting for the others. So we really value play, and we have what we call fun days that kids every Friday will go out for swimming, for trampolines. We have even trampolines at school, and I believe you'll show them the reason. And we also do something that's very unique. What we call indoor games. Indoor games, we have Monopoly. Monopoly is a money game that teaches the kids to the value of money, and how to spend money, how to invest. And what happens is that you give kids virtual money, and they start buying plots, paying bills, and discussing how much are you willing to pay for this plot. And once they have bought that plot and they build a house, then anybody who passes by that plot will have to pay rent. So that's a very good game that our kids do every day of the week. There is a lesson for indoor games. The other games that we do are the likes of Scrabble. Sometimes the kids as young as grade 1 will have learned to form words like 3-letter words, 4-letter words. But when now they see it in a game level, they will see it in a new light altogether. And therefore we teach children to do the indoor games like Scramble, and you'll see them, they are doing very well. The other game, which is a bit more complex, we have not really found very strong kids yet who have mastered the game, is the chess. By its nature, it's quite complex. But we are also teaching our children to the value of solving problems by thinking through them. So that is another game that we do. So the other things that what our school really envisages to have is that we want to have trampolines. We have them here. We want to have bouncing castles. Kids must play. The kids need to have fun. The kids need to enjoy their stay in school. Back are the days when the school was just running up and down and being chased up and down by the teachers because we have not done your work. The kids, what our belief in Faiyol Academy is that kids should have fun and should enjoy their schooling. So those are the things that you find in Faiyol Academy, and that is even what we promise our parents, that we also take our children. For the time being, we don't have the swimming pool, but every Friday we take our children for swimming to the best hotels in the country, and we teach them the swimming lessons, because swimming is a skill. And every grown-up should, not just a grown-up, every individual should be trained with that skill, because comes a time when you find yourself in water and you might be in danger, but if you have the skill, your life is safe.
So they also have trainers. You train them for swimming every Friday.
Every Friday.
Wow. All right. So, because now we let's go to the special needs kids, because we have kids maybe who have autism. Maybe I'm a parent with a kid who's having autism. So, do you handle special kids, or do you plan on expanding to handle special kids? And how are you planning to handle them when they come here, if at all you have the plans?
Wow, I have encountered that question in the past, and I can tell you that we are an inclusive school. Inclusive means that the kids who are special learn together with the regular students or with the other children, and therefore we do not discriminate. So what happens is that as long as the parent is willing to allow the kid to work together or stay together with other kids, we have specially trained teachers who are handling those kids. And as a matter of fact, as much as we are not a very big school right now, we have 2 or 3 kids who are special, and we are not having problem with them. We are taking care of them, and even the other kids actually love to take care of those young kids because they are part of them. It's part of the family, and therefore I can tell you that our plan has been and will always be that we integrate the special kids with others.
Okay. All right. So you the modern class. We have this new system, the module of CBC. I talk to parents once in a while, and they tell me that in other schools you will find that the CBC kids are given lots of homework, where they are told maybe to go and get things from home. When you're told to bring chicken in school. So do you think that the modern classroom that we are having it at Faiyol, the kids might be a little bit disadvantaged when they go outside there, maybe in future looking for jobs? So maybe I don't know if it's like the same thing, or is it different from what you have in CBC?
First and foremost, I would like to clarify that we run CBC. We are running the curriculum-based teaching that is approved by the government. The only thing we are doing slightly different is in terms of technology. We are implementing technology. What the government in 2013 had envisioned, that every kid should have their own tablet in terms of learning.
Oh,
that
so
is what we are doing.
Yeah, wow.
Actually, we are in time. It's only that the government or the country lagged behind in that dream. But we are where the government had anticipated to be in 2013. So what I can tell you that the modern classroom is just a delivery method of teaching the CBC. And I can tell you that how we do CBC in Faiyol Academy is we have avoided the trap where the schools get lazy. They do not, you know what CBC designers envisioned is that kids should be able to do those activities in school.
In school, exactly.
The teacher should work with the kids. This is how you make a ball that is made from the locally made materials, and you take a string and you tie it like this or like that, and it becomes a ball. But now what happens, or what has happened along the way, that schools, including the government, has become lazy. And therefore what happens is that you see children or learners are told by the schools, go and make a ball at home and bring it tomorrow. And what will happen is that the parent, when they are told at 9 p.m., Mom, I was told that you bring me, I make a ball. Who will make a ball at 9
p.m.?
So what happens is that the parents will normally look for someone else. They make a ball very quickly.
They
or
pay
a
them.
shoe, they pay them, and then the kids bring. So who has learned along the way? No one has learned. The kids have not learned, and actually the burden has been shifted to the parents. So what we are doing in Faiyol Academy is we never ask the kids to go and prepare anything at home. So all we ask the parents is to facilitate, and that was the design. The design of the CBC was get the locally available materials. The kids come with them to school. The teacher during the normal regular lesson we'll now say that we have the materials that we need to make, for instance, a model of a clay, or a model of a pot.
Yes.
Let's now go outside, make the mud, make a model of the clay, and we have it.
Yes.
So that is how we are doing it. And therefore what you see is that our parents are never burdened. Our parents are happy.
Yeah, because we
are
get complaints from from parents saying, oh, this CBC has put the workload on parents. How can I even get banana leaves in the middle of the night? I come from work and then I'm told we need this and this. So the CBC is actually not supposed to burden the parent.
Exactly.
It's supposed to be, the teacher shows exactly what is done in class. But now in other schools, you said that they take advantage.
They have fallen in the trap of laziness.
Okay.
That is what I can tell you.
Oh.
And that is not something we do in Faiyol.
Okay.
And I can tell you our kids learn very well.
Okay.
They do it with the teacher. You will see them making locally made cars, locally made say kites, and they will appreciate the process of making, because that is the original design of the education that was envisioned by CBC implementers.
All right. So the tablets, so when you buy once, that's it. So it also saves on the cost of buying textbooks, because we find that other schools, I'm not trying to compare this school with other schools, but we find that in most schools here, every year they're told to buy bulks of books, textbooks. So we find that in Faiyol Academy, as long as you have the tablet, you install all the books there, so it's even cost effective.
Yes, I can tell you that the tablet does not necessarily remove the use of textbook. The value of a hard copy is always can never be replaced by anything.
Yes.
But I can tell you that what we do in Faiyol Academy is we customize what the teacher needs to assess the students with. So at some point you will find us asking the kids to bring this book there or that book there. But the bulk of the curriculum, we are the one who are customizing it and curating it to put it in a way that a kid will use it on the tablet.
Okay.
And that way, the burden, you buy the tablet once and you can always use it over and over again, because the teacher who needs you to test something on your child, they will just ask one of our administrators or our type data entry people, including the teachers, that I want this to be testable on my class, and very quickly that test is available. Therefore, we are saying that we cannot necessarily remove or eliminate the use of books, but I can tell you that the digital devices are very useful because kids love technology and they are excited to use them, and therefore you find that the tablets are interactive. Therefore the kids knows when they have got it wrong. They don't have to wait for the teacher to tell them this is wrong. If the tablet will tell them this is wrong, try again. And therefore when they have been wrong twice, then they will be given a direction that why you are wrong is because you are doing this. And therefore what happens is that before the kid requires the attention of the teacher, they will have tried and realized here there's something that I don't know, and therefore they will raise their hand, the teacher comes to them and addresses the problem.
Okay, so in Nyeri we have so many schools which are actually very good. Actually, Nyeri have one of the best. It's one of the places that has one of the best schools in the country. So, what are some of the challenges you face? Do you face competition? Do you feel like you're competing with others, or others parents will believe in other schools because you find even parents going for names with big names? Or rather, what are some of the challenges you go through in adopting this module for the modern classes?
Yeah, thank you very much. I can tell you that the challenges we are going through are the normal challenges. Anytime you have a new thing that you are doing, people are not always very quick to adopt it, because people are fear. They say that this thing, we don't know how it's going to work. Sometimes they have tried something new, it has failed, and therefore they are not very quick. But I can tell you the parents who have accepted and adopted what we are giving them for the last 2 years now that we have been in operation, they are excited. And they are super appreciating that what we are doing in Faiyol is great. So the challenges that we have got, sometimes you find a parent coming here and saying, I thought you have a swimming pool already from what you told us. But you tell them, okay, every long journey starts with the first step. And so you find parents saying, I hope that I will join you when you have been there in operation for at least 3 years. That is acceptable for them, but we can tell you that we are just experiencing the normal challenges. Of course, implementing technology, being the first implementers of that, we are do a lot of work, because clearly even if you go through the online searching for CBC activities for grade 1, you not find. So we are doing it from scratch. So the teacher looks at the content that's supposed to be covered, and they have to prepare the question, they have to prepare the diagrams, and someone has to take those diagrams to become them digital, and that is the work that we have to do. But we are ready for that, and we have been doing it already, and we can tell you that beyond those normal challenges, we are doing very well.
You're doing very well. Okay, so what's your dream? Tell us your dream.
I can tell you the dream that we have for Faiyol Academy is big. That in the next 3-5 years, we are going to be the best school to reckon in Nyeri. And you'll see it yourself, because in the next now our current intake has progressed up to grade 2. So in 4 years we will be having our grade 6 finish or graduate, and by that time we will also start we'll be ready for the junior high or junior secondary. So our dream is to be the best school to reckon. What we are going to being is that you will see other schools emulating us in terms of adopting technology, in terms of providing fun to the children, and you will see many other schools trying to follow what we are doing, because we believe that where we are as a nation or as the world is that everything is digital, and therefore the children should not be restricted from using tablets only for playing games. They should use them for learning, because there's so much they can explore beyond the normal curriculum. So our dream is to become the best school in Nyeri, appointed the best school in the country, and other people will be coming to benchmark with us. How did you do it? How did you get here? And we will be sure, we'll be very proud to tell them that you do this by hard work and by faith, that what is possible and what you have seen can be done. The one last thing that we should not fail to mention is that we are a Christian school, and a Christian we are very deliberate in teaching children about the Christian values. We are very particular in every morning we do morning devotions. We teach them the Bible stories. We teach them what God loves. We teach them what God hates. And we believe that we are molding a generation that 20 years from now, one of my children then a grown up will come and tell me that, Miss Isaac, I'm very grateful that what you taught me has made me a greater person, a person of value in the country. I'm not going to be raising children who become people who are easily corruptible, because the Bible says that you teach children in the way that they should go, and later years they will not depart. So we want to raise a generation that is unique, that is fears God, that knows what is right and from what is wrong, and therefore they can be able to start with what is right. And that's our dream.
All right. So you said it's a Christian school. It's good. It's actually a good thing. But now we see you have kids who are Islam, who are Hindu, who would like maybe to come and join this module. Would you accept such kids?
Absolutely. Actually, even now we have Muslim kids.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And the good thing about it is that we are not indoctrinating. We are just teaching the right way of living. So it doesn't mean that now we are now saying that Islam is evil or that other Hinduism is wicked. All we are saying is that we are teaching the children the right way of living.
Wow,
and that is what everyone desires. Every parent loves a school where their kids develops in character, in discipline, and appreciates the value, appreciates other people. And that is what we are doing.
Okay. Yes. And maybe parents out there would think that, oh my God, this school using tablets and they go to, you've not even mentioned where they go for swimming. One of the great hotels that we have partnered with is Bantu Africa. Okay. We really appreciate them, and when they see this video, cheers, you guys are great, doing great. We really appreciate the partnership that we have with them, and the kids enjoy. Kids have a very nice shallow swimming pool, so that even when we take kids there, we are not feeling at risk that these kids might drown. It's normally reserved on Fridays when they go there. They know it's Faiyol.
Yes, Faiyol. And therefore, when kids get in the water, all we are doing is make sure that nobody is spraying too bad again in water. But we also do them the proper training of how to swim and different skills that they require to stay in water.
All right. So maybe we mentioned Bantu Africa, and you know that Bantu Africa is one of the best hotels that we have in Nyeri and even in the country. So maybe a parent out there would say, oh my God, this school must be very expensive. Probably they pay lots and lots of money. I don't know if you'll be comfortable sharing the maybe how much a student maybe would pay, or you would advise the parents to go to the website, or they come and visit the school.
Yeah, that's a good question. Sometimes we have advertised our rates. Sometimes we have shied away from advertising. But one thing I can tell you is that we are very affordable. We are way affordable, way than most of people can imagine. But I'm comfortable sharing that. We are in the range of 15,000 for the grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, and allowed 12,000, 13,000 for the PP1, PP2, PP3.
All right. And extracurricular
so the extra activities now are paid as an optional fee, of course, yeah.
All right. Oh, that's great. If somebody would be like, hi, I want to me a tablet. They use tablets and they go for swimming. That could be. But as you have heard, it's actually very, very affordable. With such services, and a child is exposed to such kind of learning. Being one of the first, I don't know if is one of the first, or is the first school to have a modern classroom. But we, especially in Nyeri, we have not been used to this kind of classroom model. So that's why we actually chose to have this interview with you, because we found this very unique, and we'd appreciate if parents came here and adopted this learning method, because it makes it easier for you and for your child. They learn in the best environment. It's easier for them. They enjoy learning. They enjoy coming to school. So guys, I hope you're going to make your way here at Faiyol Academy in Kangemi. Maybe the director can give his details and where they can follow you on Facebook, so that at least the parents will be able to follow you.
Yeah, thank you. We are available in social media. If you just go to Facebook and look for Faiyol Academy. Faiyol is spelled as Faiyol. You go to Twitter, you look for Faiyol Academy. You go to YouTube, Faiyol Academy, and you also have a website, www.faiyol.com.
Okay.
And our contacts are 0722 230 180.
Okay, we'll put that up on the screen, so that if you would like to call Mr. Isaac, you will call him, and you can also follow this page, so that you can watch the videos that you have there and the photos, so that you have an idea of what the school is all about. They say that a dream starts somewhere, so maybe somebody would come and say, oh my God, they have not built structures, but that's how we have other schools like Mount Kenya, Good Shepherd. They started from somewhere, and Mr. Isaac has a dream to build this school to become one of the best in the country, and I hope our parents are going to embrace this school. And thank you so much for giving our kids that opportunity to have that amazing experience. And guys, thank you for watching. And the meals are also included.
Yes, the meals are included.
Packed lunch?
Yes, the meals are included.
Okay, and they have actually, I will also post the menu for their meals. They have delicious meals here, so you will enjoy. Your kid will have the best experience. So thank you guys for watching this episode, and I hope you've enjoyed it. Subscribe, share to as many people as possible, and watch my videos, and I hope I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.